Hola.
Hola. It's kind of weird.
Oh, weird.
We're matching.
Yeah.
Super cool.
This happens
all the time. It's usually
always.
not because we want to or are trying to match. We just kind of walk out the door and then we look at each other and laugh and then we go on with our day. There's no point in trying to fix it. We just match. It's what we do.
So, here we are.
Matching. Hey, and welcome to the Meandering Wrights. This is week number 4. We have been digital nomads for a majority of 2020.
In 4 weeks, in other words.
Yes, pretty much. This week...
4 weeks. How do you say?
4 weeks.
4
weeks.
Four.
We have been digital nomads for 4 weeks. Anyhow, this week we have been to Mafra, which is a city close by and a huge castle with a church built into it. We've been to the beach a couple of times. We've been to the park a couple of times. Oh, we've been at like the windmill playground place. When Erica was working, I took the girls over to a new beach, Foz de Lizandro, I think. It's just south of here. And we played around there. Alright, so we went to Mafra, we checked out Mafra Palace. It actually says Mafra Palace. That seems to be like a big landmark because it actually says, like on the freeway as you go by on the way to Ericeira, it says Mafra Palace is this way. That's like the big attraction in Mafra.
You can see it from distance.
Oh yeah, you can see it as you drive by.
Yeah.
From a distance.
Yeah, from very far.
So it's a huge palace. It had a even bigger church in it. And the interesting thing is when we went there, we wanted to see the palace. We never did see the palace. We saw the palace from the outside, but we never went in because I think it cost money and we didn't even have time because we went in to the church and that was so huge that took a little while to check that out. And they closed the church for lunch. We were the last people out. We didn't know. So the lady in there kind of walked up to us and looked at us and we understood that it was time to go. So we left and she locked as we left. I guess we'll go back and check out the castle sometime too. But behind the castle and the church is I guess like a garden.
A huge garden. It's the
garden.
palace, the palace garden.
The palace garden.
I think it's called the palace garden.
It might actually be
in
called
Portuguese. I mean, they write everything in Portuguese, right? So I guess it's the garden of the palace.
Right.
The palace garden.
And then we found a playground, and that pretty much means everything stops and we go to the playground.
And the playground was hidden. We had no clue there was a playground in the garden. So that was a nice surprise for the kids.
There were actually lots of people. I think people from around Mafra go there to eat lunch. Because did you notice that there were like people sitting at like in the park and by the playground and probably everywhere else in this park.
They had a lunch picnic.
Yeah,
I would say
a lunch picnic. picnic lunch.
Picnic lunch.
They were having a picnic lunch. So whenever we can, and we've stressed this before, we try to take any opportunity we have to like do homeschooling or whatever, learning. The kids get to learn something whenever we see an opportunity for it. On our way out from the Mafra Castle Park, we like still there, but on our way out we saw a huge. It wasn't connected to anything, but it was like a mill, a water mill, or a water pump, depending upon which way you want to look at this. We stopped there, and I could try to describe this to Estelle. I tried to describe it to all the girls, but Estelle actually got it. And we're showing like, all right, this is where there were 3 guys pushing this log around this thing. This log that went straight up and through the gears and then went down, and it picked up water if it was being used as a pump, or the other way around, if it was on a waterfall, it would go around and it would spin and you could do stuff there. So instead of guys doing something, it would be you could use the torque of a spinning pole for something. Claire wanted to see what's going on. It's about midday right now. Every time you move, the camera moves. We're balancing the camera on like a cushion. In the living room, our babysitter slash nanny slash tutor, I guess, because she's doing homeschooling with the girls, is doing schooling mainly for Estelle, but for all the girls, so they all have something fun they can do. What are you doing?
Beep.
Who told us about that? The tourist office.
Yeah, the tourist office in
Right.
Mafra told us about that.
So the
place.
tourist office gave us a tip and kind of said somewhere here on the map. So as we drove back, we had to keep an eye out for the windmill. We thought we were just going to look at a windmill. At least I thought it was just a windmill, and the kids were going to think it was cool. It turned out it was a huge thing. So that was kind of cool.
Huge city. A huge city.
A huge miniature city.
Oh.
Because if it's a huge city, it's like Lisbon.
Yeah, a huge miniature city.
At the windmill park miniature city thing. Erica talked to the girls a lot about like the different professions of the past and what they were doing, and there were like either pictures or like a world built up, and you could like look at what's going on, and somebody was the pharmacy. Yeah, it was like a pharmacy store, and they were weighing stuff.
Yeah. They had this old
scale
that we showed the girls.
So there were lots of interesting things to show the girls that we could talk about, and actually that Erica talked about, and was like presenting the different, what it was and why, what everything was.
And it's a great way of learning about history and what the world looked about 100 years ago.
Yeah. The other thing we did this week was I took the girls to, I have to look every time, Fuzz. I think it's called like Fuzz do Lizandro. And it's where Rio de Lizandro, I think. Somewhere. It's a river that comes out to the ocean, a relatively small river, but a river nonetheless, and there's a beach right there. Again, mountains around, river coming out, ocean, beach. And we went there. We got to hang out a little bit. It was like just a day trip, just to get outside in the nice weather. Played with sticks. I didn't play too much with sticks. Girls were playing with sticks and in the water and stones and rocks and whatever else girls do on the beach.
Okay, remember to check out our Instagram, Meandering Wrights.
Link down below.
And follow us. And subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Hopefully you enjoy these videos, in which case you should subscribe. It'd be helpful for us. And also, follow us on Instagram. We're there. Lots of pictures. Like the pictures, if you like them. Don't like them if you don't like them.
Thumbs up.
You do thumbs up? No. How about that thumb? You're holding something. She's holding something. You gotta get your thumbs up. So that's a week with the Meandering Wrights and featuring Claire.
Have a nice week and see you next week.
Say see ya.
See ya.
Can you say see ya?
See ya.
See ya.